Juan, you have a cover story in the New York Daily News today.
Yes. Well, I'm reporting in today's Daily News on a new report by the New York City Department of Investigations on something I've been covering now for over 5 years, which is the massive overhaul in the previous Bloomberg administration of the city's vital 911 emergency communication system. And it's a really startling report. It shows that, among other things, the report shows that the project is 10 years behind schedule and has increased by over $1 billion in cost during the period since it began in 2005. The report also finds that the city officials tried to order their employees to sanitize their reports to minimize the problems that the program had. It found that officials also hid about $200 million in additional costs in the projects and the budgets of different city agencies, so no one could really know how much the project was spiraling out of control. And it finds that the private consultants were running amok, basically with very little control, driving up the prices to the city, sometimes as much as markups of 600%. And we're talking about major companies. We're talking about Motorola, Hewlett-Packard, Northrop Grumman, Verizon. These were the companies that were devising the system. And it's another example of what I've been calling one of the biggest scandals in modern government, local and state government, which is these huge technology projects that are supposed to create efficiencies in government, but actually end up as boondoggles. And this is now the latest one. Thankfully, the new de Blasio administration has sent a whole lot of those private consultants packing now and is bringing a lot of the work in-house to have government workers and government managers in charge of it, and we'll see if that makes a big difference in the future. But it's really astonishing report of a decade-long project that went awry.
Well, I hope you continue to give us reports like this. And the biggest one you broke was City Time. That was the biggest financial scandal.
Well, actually, this is bigger in money, but in City Time, about a dozen people ended up being indicted. That was the city's payroll system, computerizing the payroll system for 300,000 city workers, and that ended up with a dozen people arrested, and most of them sent to long prison terms as a result of that, because that was outright fraud. This is just rampant mismanagement at this level, not direct fraud.
Well, we'll link to your piece at democracynow.org.